According to the translations from the Sumerian tablets, the primitive worker, Homo sapiens, came into the world around 300,000 years ago thanks to genetic engineering and the technique of implanting embryos, methods that humanity itself is now beginning to use. The texts explain that it took many tries and mistakes for Anunnaki to create the primitive worker, but once a model was created, mass production began. 14 beard goddesses were simultaneously implanted with genetically engineered female ape-man eggs. 7 of these goddesses were to give birth to male laborers and 7 to female. As soon they grew, workers were harnessed to work in the mines. The more ore processing was perfected, the more work Anunnaki had to do with operating the machinery in Mesopotamia. Soon, an increasing number of Anunnaki demanded slaves to work. The Anunnaki approached Enlil. They asked him for blackheads. To blackheads they gave a pig. Enlil demanded more workers from Enki, but Enki refused. Deciding to settle the matter on his own, Enlil took an unprecedented step of attack towards land of mines, the land of Enki. The Anunnaki, who were with Enki, gathered the primitive workers in the central stronghold. Its walls were strengthened. Enlil, with the weapon called Alani, breached the fortifications. As the opening widened, the primitive workers began to flee towards Enlil with admiration. He watched the blackheads and was enchanted. Here we can see the way of thinking of the first people who, out of fear and admiration for strength, changed sides. Since then, Homo sapiens have done manual labor in both lands of Enlil and Enki. Various Sumerian texts record this animal stage of human development. When men were created, they did not know the taste of bread. They did not know clothes or dress. They tore grass with their mouths like sheeps. They drank water from a ditch. How long could the female Anunnaki be forced to act as bird goddess or today's surrogates? Without knowledge of Enlil, Enki managed to lead the new creature into yet another genetic twist, endowing these hybrid beings lacking the ability to procreate with the ability to do so, sexual cognition, so that they could have children. This event is also described in the biblical story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. The Sumerian illustrations show various aspects of the whole event, the tree of life, the conversation between God and the serpent, etc. One of these illustrations shows Eve with the rope girded around her waist while Adam remains naked. While the serpent is one of the main characters, the Sumerian illustration is of particular importance here because the name of the epithet of the serpent god is written in archaic Sumerian as a star with an arrow. The star communicates the meaning of the god, and the triangular symbol is read as Bur, a term meaning God who reveals secrets, God of the deep mines. The Bible in the original Hebrew text names the God who tempted Eve with the term Nahash, which is translated as serpent but means one who reveals secrets, one who knows the metals. The god Anunnaki, who had such nicknames, was of course Enki, who was arrested for this act. In anger, Enlil ordered the exile of Adam from Edin, the abode of the righteous. No longer locked to Anunnaki settlements, men began to roam the earth. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And see you next time.